Hello, welcome to this section. We'll be looking at our first Visual Basic program, and by now you should have watched the first video and the first lecture. You can also download Visual Basic Studio 2016 Express and above for free on Microsoft website. The link was given in the previous lecture, and so you can go through that. And I'll hand you over to a colleague so that you can watch or follow the instructions and then get started.
Successfully install Visual Basic 2010 Express Edition. Go ahead and start that application, and the first page of that application when you start it would look something like this. When you see the new project item, click on that to start a new project. So select that item, click on this item. The next page will show you the type of application that you can develop. The list will most likely contain Windows Forms applications, WPF application, console application, class library, etc. What we want to do is to select the console application first. And the next page will give you the core template. It will most likely say module, module 1, submain, etc. What you want to do is to add these two lines of code, console.writeLine and in parentheses hello world in double quotes. The next line would say console.readLine. So all you're going to do is to type these two lines, and the final version of your code should look something like that. After you are done with it, click on the start button. What this does is compiles the application, compiles the code that you have written, and it'll actually run your application assuming that you had no errors in it. So click on the start button. If everything was okay, it'll run your application and output hello world in a console window. It'll open up the console window since we are writing a console application, and it is waiting for you to press the enter key. So when you are done looking at this page, press the enter key. These are the two lines of code that I wrote in case if you were not able to see those two lines on the previous window that I showed you. Console.writeLine in parentheses hello world, and the hello world should be in double quotes. So this was the output of the program. So when you ran the program, it printed hello world. That's all this program will do. And then we also have console.readLine. So this is the statement that will wait for you to press the enter key or something. If you didn't have the console.readLine, immediately after printing hello world, it will close that window. So you will not be able to see what really happened. So we use the read line statement to pause the program. This is what the whole program looked like. Next, close that application, go back and restart Visual Basic, and this time we are going to develop a Windows application. As before, click on the new project, and this time select the Windows Forms application. This is what the next window would look like. So when you start a Windows Forms application, or in short Windows application, a form or a window is already given to you, and you can start designing your application around it. On the left hand side you see these common controls. These are the controls or the objects that you can use for developing or building your form or your Windows application. You have, for example, button, checkbox, combo box, label, calendar, etc. A whole bunch of controls using which you can build your application. While you are on that window, select the button, bring the mouse pointer on the form and draw the button. And the button would most likely say button 1 on top of that. So highlight the button, click on it once, don't double click on it. Click on the button once and then go to the properties window and find the text property. And in the text property, type in say hello. Then double click on that button. When you double click on the button, it'll actually give you the click event procedure for that button, and it may say something like private sub button 1 underscore click, etc. What you want to do is to type in this one statement: message box hello world. That's what you need to type in, and don't change anything else. Now come back here, and when you see the form, go back and click on the start button again. When you click on the start button, this time it'll actually bring up the form or the window, and now your application is actually running. So when you click on say hello, it'll bring up a window, a separate window or a message box, and it'll have the text hello world that you put in your message box. And now you can click on the OK button to close that application. So this was a Windows application.
So what's next after learning or having your first programming done? We're going to be looking at, in the next lesson, we're looking at variables and data types. I hope you enjoyed the lesson. See you next time.